one of the big challenges with podcasting is the relationship between the hosts and the producers, and so many podcasts fall down because that relationship. You're a little bit different because you've been working with your producer Holly James for a while on the stage show. So it's not just the podcast you work on, but how do you sort of and I don't know your relationship to Holly, but how do you sort of navigate that relationship?
Yeah, well, there's 3 relationships there because she's also my IRL partner. But Holly's also a performer in the troupe too.
You're in your real life partner and your podcast partner and your Impromptunes stage partner. Wow.
Correct. Yes.
Wow. So how long do we have to see how you negotiate this?
We've talked about my daddy issues, and now it's time to unpack my relationship.
Yeah. I mean, I've worked with my wife before, and it was, I was glad when we weren't working together anymore. How do you go then?
Yeah, we go really well. I mean, we've been around for 7 years, not the relationship's a bit longer, but the show, 7 years. And so, yeah, it works really well. We obviously can communicate very often and easily, which I suppose is where you say sometimes the communication might break down. And I suppose it's also about being really organised and scheduling so that we know when we're going to talk business and when it's just relaxed time. So that's kind of nice. And then,
let me just go. So you try and delineate. So you try. So did you two just wake up one morning in bed and start singing and go, "Let's do a show"? One of your friends came in with a suggestion.
It was actually funny how it happened because Holly is a musical theatre performer and I'm the improviser. So it was kind of like, these two people met and sort of made a baby together, an improv baby. So she was trained at WAPA, Western Australian Academy of Performing Arts, and Impromptunes was kind of always my desire, I suppose. I always had this thing in the back of my head, like I did a show called The Big Hoo-Ha, which runs in Perth and Melbourne, and it's a improvised comedy show. But my favourite ever part of it was Sing About It. So it's a 10-minute short form game, or long form, I suppose, where you basically sing 4 songs in a musical. And I kind of was like, what if we did an hour of that? And that's kind of how Impromptunes came about. And I was a little bit nervous, actually, because Holly was obviously a great choice for it. She's very silly and she's an amazing musical theatre performer. But I was a little bit nervous because I was also like, I haven't really seen Holly impro before. And I know that she'd done some work with Glenn Hall over in Perth at WAPA. But I was kind of like, basically, I really hope she's good because otherwise it might be a little bit
girlfriend and a performer.